Hi guys, I'm Pacific, and today I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of using competitive multiplayer games really as the main kind of video that you record on your YouTube channel. Now, when I talk about competitive multiplayer games, I mean games like Call of Duty, Battlefield, Titanfall, all those kinds of games. Those are really what I'm talking about, and they give you a lot of content to work with if you know how to use them right. So when you record these games, you get a lot of flexibility with your content. You can do all the way from just full uncut little, like, the full game to full on highly edited montages that it's a 3-minute long video that took you 20 hours to edit. You can do all those. You can do highlights, funny moments, trolling, class setups, all sorts of different things. And these things are really the forefront of kind of everything. You can do everything with these games. And they're really awesome because you can get one game for $60 and that can last you at least 1 year if you really try hard. One of the best ways that people actually use these games is they talk about something and they just use the gameplay as background. They play it live, but they talk about something completely different, off topic, and it really creates a magical kind of interesting way of just making a video, looking at things, watching the perspective, stuff like that. Another benefit that these games have is they are really popular. So overall, if you tag them correctly and do your videos correctly, and you have a really unique, good personality — really unique is not the right word — you have a good personality, you can get a little bit farther than most other people. I mean, there's entire channels that are based around just one game, like Call of Duty. There's entire networks of channels, like 30-40 channels, YouTube channels, that are all hooked up together, and they used to base their content solely around Call of Duty. It's very insane the amount of stuff you can do with them. And not to mention, these games are multiplayer, so you can even play them with your friends. So maybe you do just a highlights video for you, a highlights video with your friends. Maybe your friends have a YouTube channel, cross promote, do all sorts of just awesome stuff. And not to mention, everyone has these kinds of games. So if you want to do party games where you go into custom games and do hide and seek, Michael Myers, just whatever, it's very easy to come up with those lobbies to really solidly do those kinds of things. And these kinds of games, they also push you to really try different things, because usually multiplayer games, they don't have more than — these competitive multiplayer games usually don't have more than 12 or 16 maps. And if it's like guns, they might have 100 guns, 200 guns. But after you go through exploring each map, exploring each gun, doing your thing like that, you're gonna have to creatively implement some kind of other tools, and that'll train your mind to really think outside of the box and be able to come up with new ideas, so that if you want to branch off into other games, you're already used to coming up with new ideas. So maybe a game that is very rigid, like Undertale, very, very rigid, story, gameplay, everything about story, if you know what I mean, rigid story. It's very just Undertale, you can't do a lot with it. Maybe you can come up with some ways to really change how Undertale's looked at, change how the recording process goes, just change something about it. And in turn, you'll end up making more unique content, and people will really like your personality. And then when you're making these multiplayer videos, the difference between using multiplayer games and doing a series is if you make episode 1 of a series, some people might not like that episode 1, therefore they won't have a reason to watch episode 2 unless episode 1 was a tutorial. But eventually you start losing viewers after a while. And maybe your first video got 40 views and it goes down to 35, 30, 29, stuff like that. If you make a multiplayer video, like a competitive multiplayer, let's say it's a full game, and someone watches that full game and they say, oh, that wasn't good, maybe your next game will still, they'll have an incentive to watch your next video because it's not a series. Maybe you do a commentary, oh, I like that, I'll watch the next commentary. But then if they don't like your next commentary, they might still watch the next one because they know they got one commentary out of you, you could probably come out with more. Those are really the benefits of using a multiplayer competitive game. I very much like multiplayer competitive games, and in terms of recording, now the ones that I play, they come up with sequels very fast. So I tend to not use them very much. Battlefield 1 and Rainbow Six Siege is kind of where I'm at right now. I don't use Smite very much, and I don't use Call of Duty, but that's just my taste. So thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, tell me in the comments below. If you have any other benefits that you found from multiplayer competitive games, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new because I will be doing more gaming advice videos. I'm Pacific. See you guys in the next episode of whatever I decide to make.